I've had a lot of teachers and mentors over the years, and I'm really fortunate to have met a lot of people that have impacted me in all types of my career and life over the last 54 years. And a lot of the learnings have been outside of the classroom and not necessarily, by particular professors, even though my experience at Babson College when I graduated in 1990, I had some tremendous professors over those 4 years, and I wouldn't trade that experience for the world. But what I'd like to talk about are three people that really inspired me and impacted me and sort of shaped me at certain milestones of my life. And I'll start with Bobby Orr, right? So the Boston icon, the Boston legend of hockey. I'm a little on the younger side to be someone to say that I followed his career, but that said, certainly was one of the most iconic Boston sports figures ever. And when I was a young person, I followed him. Number 4 is my lucky number. If you look at my license plate or license plates, they all have 44, 4444. It's because of Bobby Orr. And I had an opportunity to meet him in the mid 90s. And one of the things I took away from him really having lunch at his office was he was incredibly humble. And as someone who is a leader and a sports legend like that, you might think from the outside, oh, someone like that might be a little bombastic or be full of himself. But he was so nice, so down to earth, so kind, and really humble, and taught me humility. Taught me that you should always put yourself in someone else's shoes. You should always think about what someone else may be thinking. And I took some of those lessons in that lunch away to say, wow, this guy, doesn't have an egotistical bone in his body. And I learned from, that lunch with him for a couple hours at his office when he was, a sports agent, and still is. So one of the best experiences, but one of the most learning things that I can put on my experience. And I've had a lot of people that have impacted my life, but that was certainly one experience, and certainly someone I followed and admired over my career. The second person that's really struck me and been a huge mentor of mine and friend is Michael Glass, who's the head of talent management at Thermo Fisher Scientific. We became clients when he was at Fidelity Investments back in the 90s. And really, over the last 25 years has not just become a very close friend, but also someone who's given me some incredible feedback, some tough love when it's been needed, and really has always been there. And what I'll say about Mike is he's genuine, he's authentic, he's somebody that speaks the truth whenever I have a challenge or issue. And to have a mentor like that, you can bounce ideas off of, whether it's at 8 in the morning or 8 at night. He's always there, always a strong listener, always will take, the practical approach, but also challenge me on, hey, Mark, what if you did it this way? Or have you ever thought about it that way? And, it really helped me as a leader myself to kind of shape my own career and my communication style, the way that I listened, the way that I led. And I took a lot from Mike as he sort of went from, Fidelity all the way to, one of the top executives at Thermo Fisher Scientific now, and giving me a lot of advice over the years. So, again, thanks for that. And again, it'll continue for many more years to come. And the person that's really impacting the most is my wife, Rachel. Rachel, has really been my best friend. We've been married for 24 years this year, known her for a little bit more than that. And, she's the rock of our family, 3 great kids. And what I'd say about Rach is she's an incredible listener. She's always got my back, very supportive. And, she's also very professional. She's got her master's degree. I don't have a master's degree. Very smart, very intellectual, great, communicator, great listener, great friend, great confidant. And some of the things that, she does for me is she grounds me. I may want to go in one direction, and she's like, hey, Mark, let's think about this before you go down that path, or, you might want to think about it going this way. And in raising our 3 children, like I said, she's the rock of our family, and she's probably the most mentally tough person I've ever met. And I've met a lot of mentally tough people, whether they're CEOs or athletes. She's run the marathon 5 times. She unfortunately lost her 2 parents at an early age. She's really someone that kind of holds everything together, and really empowers everyone that's around her in a very, fun and meaningful way. And that empathetic approach, and just the way that, her stylistically, the way that she communicates, is something that I try to learn from every day. But a lot of other people I know learn from that, because she's a best friend to many, many people. So, again, I learn from her every day. I learned from her before, I released this book, on kind of some of the things that I should be thinking about, and which direction to go. And, she's worked at Bain, she's worked at Putnam, she's worked at some great companies, and now at Innosight, which is an an innovation firm. So again, really smart, and truly my best friend. So without these 3 people and many other people throughout my life that I could count on as mentors and teachers, I wouldn't be where I am today. And I'm really fortunate to have been touched many, many times throughout my career.